Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Someone's here.
Hi. What are we doing again?
Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Natalie Megan and this is Weirdo Book Club with Reads with Rachel.
Hi.
Sometime, last week, I convinced her to come up and visit me. It did not take much convincing. I just showed her a picture of my backyard where I had our little lounger chairs set up so that we could high-five each other when we made jokes. And she booked a flight like 24 hours later.
Yeah, there definitely wasn't a gun to my head.
Listen, I don't own a weapon. Well, I own some weapons, but not a firearm. We don't have to talk about guns. We don't have to. So today we're going to show, there's two of us, we are going to show you what we got when we went book shopping in Memphis. So the first stop we went to is Novel, and it was a really fun little time because nobody visits me, but that's also because I don't invite anyone over here. What are you going to do? But I took her to Novel. It's one of my favorite spots. It used to carry my art too when I was still making art. I had my stickers and pins in the shop.
I loved it. They have a restaurant inside that place. We didn't go, but I did watch a bunch of old white people eat, and it looked lovely.
Here's where the white people eat.
Yes.
Yeah.
In all fairness, we were very excited about filming bookstore content together, which I never get to do with anybody. So we were a little ambitious. What? Overwhelmed. No.
You're doing great.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all. We were just excited and excitable in general. It's how we live. So we didn't really focus very much on much of anything. Certainly not eating. We did get a cookie after.
We ate barbecue before.
Right. We ate before.
I took her to Central Barbecue.
It was delicious.
I like the mac and cheese there. And she had, what did you get?
Some sort of chicken.
A bird of some sort.
It was delicious. My only complaint was the men.
What do you mean? I don't know why you're complaining about the men. There was one sitting staring at me the whole time I ate.
He was in my vicinity. That is my complaint.
Remember when the entire table of people got up and made the most noise possible?
Remember when we were leaving and a man talked to us? So Novel was a lovely bookstore, very large, and they apparently, I didn't know that indie bookstores got their own editions of books, but there was an edition of Allie Hazelwood's new book that is specifically for indie bookstores, so that was...
It was shiny.
It was so shiny.
I'm not a big Hazelwood fan.
What did we call her earlier?
You called her...
You endorsed!
The embodiment of white mediocrity.
I did. I stand by it.
I second. I did like The Love Hypothesis, but I said I liked it. I didn't say anything else. That's all I said. I did not say it was good.
I read Check and Mate, which was fine, and Bride, which was fine-ish.
I haven't read Bride. You keep telling me to.
I'm actually not telling, I'm begging.
Oh, well, I haven't read it. I will. I have it. I just haven't read it. And then I read Love Theoretically. That's the book that she mentioned the word Rection.
Right, Rection.
This really brainiac woman in STEM woke up being spooned by a man that she has a crush on, and he was firm at her back. And she was like, he can't be hard. It's gotta be because he has to pee, right? It's like when you wake up and you have to pee. It's a P-rection. Shh. P-rection? It's not a word, not a term, not a concept. It's not real.
Oh, Hazelwood.
Uh-oh. I don't know what to say. I'm mad now.
So it had a special edition Allie Hazelwood book.
Yeah. It was cute.
It was very cute. Did we buy it? No. What did we buy?
Well, I would love to tell you. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So, oh my God, I don't even know where to start.
Neither do I.
I already have a copy of this, but it's one of my favorite books, maybe ever. I have it in hardcover, and I really like it because it's beautiful. This is Slewfoot by Brom. It's very witchy. It's set in 1666 Connecticut. There's something in the woods, and it's waking up. And I have it in hardcover. I have a hardcover copy of it. But
you have a P-rection copy.
I have a P-rection copy, but I wanted a flaccid copy, you know. So I like my books flop. Look at the flop.
Sexy.
I have a P-rection. So, the dust jacket on the hard copy. Why am I saying hard copy? The dust jacket on the hardcover copy kind of slips and slides. Probably because of all that P-rection. But I saw this and I was like, I'll just sell my other copy on Pango Books. But I love this book, and it comes with... Ooh, let me show you the creepy art.
Very creepy art. Delicious.
Is that Petunia?
Petunia, what are you doing here?
Ariana, what are you doing here?
Girlfriend.
Do you know this man? I got Slewfoot. That's my first one. Do you want to go back and forth?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one, so I want to talk about this first. So this is a beautiful hard copy.
Hard copy. Tonight at 6. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting. Where'd my phone go? I think hard copy was a television show. I'm going to look it up. We just have so many. It is.
No, it's so old. It's called a program. Remember
A
when
television program.
A television program.
It's infotainment. Oh my God, so are we.
No.
Celebrity news and scandal. Hard copy.
Hard copy.
Tonight at 6.
6.
5 Central. Back to it.
Okay, so I got a copy of Rainbow History Class, Your Guide Through Queer and Trans History by Hannah McElhinney. So this is a hard copy, but there's no dust jacket, which is honestly my preference. And so this is just about history lessons, LGBTQ plus history lessons from ancient civilization all the way up to the internet age, full of secret queer codes, gender-bending icons. This font is terrible for dyslexia, pop culture knowledge, and incredible activists. So I've been trying to collect more.
Oh, it's pink on the inside.
Barbie!
Sublime!
So I'm really excited about this. There's like a part in it that's very fuck J.K. Rowling where it's talking about the history of like the Nazis' treatment towards queer folks. And I'm very excited about this because I've been trying to collect more queer history books. I also got The Queen's English recently, which is similar to this, but mostly like graphic novel explanations of terms that are normal in the queer culture. So I'm very excited about this.
It's really cute too.
It's ASMR. So.
Welcome back to the channel. Discussing Rection.
Your turn.
We're doing so good.
We're doing
okay,
great.
I have 4 left.
Yes.
3 of them I've read.
Okay.
So I'm gonna save the one I haven't read for last. For the next one is a hard copy. The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. Now, I read this over a year ago, and I'm one of those people that just forgets everything when they read a book, and that's just fantastic. But I remember loving it, and I felt like it was that kind of a book that you just immerses you so fully that you don't get all of it at the first read. Like you're going to continue to unravel things the more you read it. So I wanted a hard copy so I can read it more than once because it was really good. It's about boy meets girl and they fall in love. You don't really get any of that. This is just backstory. And they get married, but the stipulation that the woman has is that you cannot look into her past. But her aunt falls sick, so she has to return to her childhood home called the House of Dreams. She brings her husband with her. And it feels almost like the house is unveiling her secrets to him. And the more questions are answered, the more questions he has. Very dark, very moody, gothic, loved it. So now I own it. Here's my hard copy. Now let me see yours.
The next one I got is Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poranek. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't remember what this is about other than it's fantasy romance with fae. Here's the cover. I think you all know why I bought it. I have heard that this is a dark fantasy romance that is sort of whimsical, similar to the way that Alison Saft writes, and that's really all I needed to know. There's very few fantasy romances that I feel like I'm going to give 5 stars to. This is one of them, as well as another, it's not a fantasy romance, but God Killer is another book that I feel like has a similar vibe to it that I'm going to give 5 stars to. So this is the one that I got. Yay!
We were the God Killer the other day, taking all those old pamphlets out of the free library.
Sure were. And I'd do it again.
Okay, next. I got The Honey Witch by Sydney J. Shields. Now, I just read this recently. I got it on audiobook courtesy of Libro FM's ALC program. Tore through it. Just had it on, 3 times the speed. I don't ever get to turn my brain off. If you've been here for a while, you know my brain is fully activated. It's a Rection of a brain. And I can't let anything go. It's not fun for me. It's fun for you. And that's what really matters. This was just fun for me. About a witch. She doesn't know she's a witch at the beginning. She's just a little weirdo. She's not really getting married. She's not really interested in it. She's just kind of farting around the world. And then her grandmother shows up to tell her that she's actually a witch. And she whisks her off to this island with this cute little cottage where she learns how to be a honey witch.
Her name is Marigold.
Yeah. She meets Lottie, who is a little bit grumpy. It's a little grumpy sunshine-ish, but that's not a problem for me. I like it because I'm grumpy.
Did you mention it's sapphic?
Oh, no, I didn't. Sorry, I just assumed y'all knew. It's gay as shit. Lottie shows up on the island. I don't remember why, but she's not believing in magic. And so Marigold gets kind of determined to prove herself and her magic to Lottie. It gets a little, you know, and it was delightful. I screamed a little bit. And it wasn't super explicit, but it was something. And it was a little predictable. Pacing was a little weird, but again, I just enjoyed it. I only enjoyed it. It was so much fun.
The other day how there are certain books that will do things that we find to be an offense in a different book that we are willing to have a double standard for.
I'm willing to let it go.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I give them nothing. But other times I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to act like I didn't see this.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't here.
I don't know what you're talking about. And then
Well,
my
you
turn.
wouldn't because you hate everything you
I
read.
hate everything I read.
She's never read a book she likes. I don't know if you knew that.
In my life. Has that ever happened? Anyway, I like this book.
Look at this book I like.
A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. I got it for Natalie. I did give it 3.5 because I did not like the ending. However, I had a really good time along the way. This is a sapphic dark academia. So this is about a girl, what's her name again? Felicity Morrow, who is at a school and she was asked to leave at the end of the prior year for like a sabbatical, I believe, because she was living at campus and then her girlfriend died. And then she was allowed back to school and everybody's like, what the hell happened to your girlfriend? She's like, I don't know what happened to my girlfriend. And then a new girl comes to school who is this child prodigy. Her name is Ellis Haley and it's her first year at Dalloway, the school. And Ellis is a lot. She's a prodigy novelist at 17. And Felicity feels like a very strong pull to her. This starts to get sort of witchy in a way because Ellis is roping the other girls around them into doing witchy stuff in order to try to she's sort of like method acting for her new book. And again, Felicity feels very drawn to Ellis and shit gets dark.
I love dark.
Anyways,
you can't tell because I'm flowers.
Which one of us do you think is flowery and which one of us is spooky? See, I said I'm flowers.
And I said, no, I'm flowers.
Thank you.
The contrast right here.
I see it now. But in my defense, I find myself to be more spooky flowers. Like the cover of this book is very me.
Yeah, I got a spooky flowers for you.
Oh, tell us. Anyway, I bought this for Natalie because I've already read it and I love it and I think that she will like it too. Although the ending was not great. Oh wait, it also has it has flowers inside of it. Just like you. Bitch, the flowers are inside me all along. I just think that that's really pretty.
That is pretty.
And then it has like a good map, which I really...
A map? Hey, I never get maps. I don't like fantasy.
And this is dedicated to for coffee-stained girls in libraries. I just really thought the map was great.
Oh, it's cute.
This book is not cute. It is very dark, by the way. You will hate a lot of people inside of
the
this.
way you're spooky on the outside, flowers on the inside, I'm flowers on the outside, spooky on the inside.
True.
Watch out. Hey, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, my spooky flowers.
Spooky flowers.
Bloom by Delilah S. Dawson. This is a sapphic. There we go.
There's a trend.
This is a sapphic little horror novella about a young woman who is, I think she's recently divorced, and she meets a girl named Ash working a booth at the local farmer's market selling like soaps and cupcakes and stuff, and she is instantly drawn to her. She has some bi panic, which we love to see because that's my entire life. A little bit after she got past the bi panic initially, she realizes that she really likes this girl, and so a relationship ensues, and it gets pretty grim and gory a little bit too. But this is my spooky flowers. Look at this cover.
Is there murder?
I don't know.
You're definitely gonna like A Lesson in Vengeance then.
Oh, well, great.
Yeah. A trend. A trend appears.
And it's a hard copy.
We were talking about how she picked up, what is that book? Care and Keeping of You is banned simply because it shows a boobie, which AFAB people have typically. Care and Keeping of You is often banned now in the United States. And then she picked out this one and showed it to me, and it's a similar one for boys. And I have 2 boys who identify as boys, so they're gonna need something like this. So it guide stuff, the body book for boys, and it goes over getting armpit hair. Stop biting your nails. That would be helpful for my 8-year-old. Please stop, I'm begging. Skincare, which is something that we should talk about with boys because boys tend to hate skincare in general. And they're taught that's too feminine. And even my brother now is refusing to put on sunscreen. And I'm constantly telling him you're 40, you need to put sunscreen on. I'm worried about you getting skin cancer.
Melanoma doesn't care what gender you are.
Correct. So I would like to prevent telling my 40-year-old son, similarly to how I'm telling my brother, I don't want you to get skincare just because you have decided that that's against your masculinity. So yeah, I got guy stuff for my kids so that we can start having these conversations early on.
I had the girl version of this book when I was young. I didn't really feel comfortable talking to some of the women in my life about some of the changes I was going through.
Right.
And then when my mother found out that I was she threw it away because there were boobies in it.
Mm-hmm.
But not once did I look at that book and think, P. Rection's coming. Not once. It was just, helpful.
Yeah, there is like a penis in here. I saw it, which is, I want them to be able to feel like, being naked is not disgusting. There's nothing shameful about being naked. It's entirely about like context, time and place. So it makes sense to have a book like this. I think I might have had Care and Keeping of You. I don't know that I ever cracked that shit open.
I also had the girl.com book. It was girl with a U, GURL.com.
Oh.
And it was very 90s website. Like, it hurts your eyes to look at.
Yeah.
But it had like little quizzes, little forums, and it was really cute. And they came out with a book, a pink woman with a raincoat on for some reason. I don't know.
Ooh, fabulous.
I'll put it here if I find it. This is it. I liked that one too. I don't know if she threw that one away. I don't think there were boobs in it. Shoo.
I like stuff like this because I think we probably talked about body image in those books for girls. Mm-hmm. But there's like a part in here that says, "Where's my six pack?"
My sons have this book too, so.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So I really think that that's important because my kids have gotten really into Dragon Ball Z lately. They have all like the little dolls and they all have like enormous, you will never look like that without steroids. And so I had to tell them, like, it's because those are gods and not people. So it does talk about, like, where's my six-pack in here? And I'm like, that's a great question for my 8-year-old to ask. I do want to be able to, like, have body image talks with my boys in the same way that, or not in the same way, but, in a way that makes sense to them. Because for girls, it's like, where's my boobies? And for kids,
I'm still looking for them.
I have misplaced my boobies, personally.
Hello. Alexa, where are my boobies?
The other title of my memoir, Where's My Boobies? Your turn.
Okay. So the last one I've not read, but it's called A Light in the Dark, Surviving More Than Ted Bundy by Kathy Kleiner Rubin and Emily Lucchese, something like that. Sorry if I mispronounced it. It's basically what it says it is. In January 1978, I slept in my bed at the Chi Omega sorority house at Florida State University as Ted Bundy stalked nearby. In nonfiction, she's telling her story. She survived this attack. Bundy bashed me once in the head with a log and then attacked my roommate. He heard me moaning and came to finish me off. He never let his victims live, but he stopped suddenly when a bright light filled the room. Can you imagine? So this is probably going to be really harrowing to read, but I like knowing more about the victims than I do about the perpetrators.
Which is something that we're going to talk about.
Yes, we have an outline of a podcast coming soon about all of this kind of stuff. But I think it's important to be able to shine a light on their stories and less on the glorification of this man and his horrible crimes. And so I'm really excited to read this and hear about her story. I like hearing the victims' stories more than I like hearing his. Let's bring it back to happy.
Oh, yeah,
or
this is not happy.
Oh, well.
Camp Damascus by Chuck Tingle, which I have read Chuck's other books.
Well, which ones?
Oh, have we not talked about this? Oh my goodness.
I've only read one.
Okay.
Nope. One.
So I read 2. This Snowman's Carrot Wiener is in my butthole.
Love.
And
5 stars.
Game of Pounds, The Pounds of Winter.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I read Space Raptor Butt Invasion.
A classic. Or so I've heard.
It is. Instant classic.
I love Chuck Tingle. Chuck Tingle is a pen name of a guy who is a queer man who remains anonymous. He writes a lot of interesting books, but this is his first full-length book, and it is a horror book about a mountain-based conversion therapy.
And all his other books are super short.
Like
12
pages. 12 pages. They're super short.
So
and they're like
exciting.
Self-aware, set in the same universe, erotica, but funny. They're just hilarious.
Nonsense. Hilarity.
Ridiculous. Like, again, there's one where, like, a snowman is having sex with a couple.
I don't really have to explain what Space Raptor Butt Invasion means, right?
I don't think you do.
You can put those pieces together, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're smarts over here.
I think Chuck Tingle is very smart and very funny. I was told specifically that I will like that book because it's about conversion therapy, which is something that I have talked about.
And love is real.
And love is real.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chuck.
Shout out to Chuck. We're friends. So after we went to Novel, I think we were there for like 2 hours. An employee took our books from us and let us continue looking. Like,
she didn't just take them. She insisted.
She's like, give them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yes, Grandma.
Here you go. Thank you, Mimi. But after we got done there, we went to the secondhand bookstore in the main public library that's near my home. And found some good stuff there too.
We did. Well, it was mostly good, wasn't it?
Oh, what did we? Oh, well, I'll start.
You should start.
We'll save our horrible ones for last.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did get others, but we took them to Little Free Libraries.
Yes. So first, I got an R.L. Stine Fear Street book called Ski Weekend. I used to collect these when I was a kid. My mom used to take us thrifting. And if I found one, I bought it. And I had a really good collection going. But back when she found out I was... this is another thing that just got thrown away. There were no boobs in here. But yeah, and they threw them away. But I am now recollecting them. And so anytime I see them now, I snatch them up. And it seems like it's going to be dire circumstances in an isolated snowy setting. And y'all know I love that shit. So I got this one. That was exciting.
Listen, I was trying to find kids' books that were in good quality that might interest some readers age 8 to 12. Did I find that age range? Yes. Did I just eyeball the book real quick and pick it up based on the condition it was in? Also, yes. And then I looked at it when we got back to Natalie's house, and unfortunately, I saw this. That says Focus on the Family. If you're not familiar, that's run by James Dobson, who is the bane of my...
Who did the final interview with Theodore Robert Bundy. I just... dots.
So happy about this.
Get it out of my house.
This is part of the Christian Heritage series, where a bunch of kids, assumedly, go back in time, I think, probably. The Christian Heritage series is an ongoing line of youth books that explore the role of faith and family throughout American history. These engaging stories help young readers better understand their country, its values, and its God.
Alexa?
G. Alexa, help!
Help!
The Salem Years books take place in early 1690s Massachusetts.
What else happened there?
I have an inkling.
See, this is a really great time to remind you how intent behind a book about similar things can color your experience with it.
Certainly. There is intent here.
There's intent here too, but it's just a good time.
The intention here is brainwashing. So anyway, that won't be going to the Little Free Library because I don't want to inflict that upon another person, let alone a child.
Will you read it and review it?
I will. I will. It is book 3 in a series, so...
I guess we'll have to get the other one.
Unfortunately, I regret to tell you that this won't be the only Focus on the Family book in my house.
I have L. Ron Hubbard books that he wrote. He writes westerns.
He did.
He did.
And a lot of sci-fi. He did.
I got a couple of them.
That's great.
We're so fun.
I know.
Come look at my library.
What do you got next?
Okay, next.
So
I saw this at Novel, and it was one of the ones that I had to make a lot of tough decisions. And it was one of the ones that just I put back. And then I walk into the secondhand bookstore, and wouldn't you know it, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil was just staring at me. This is by John Berendt. I don't really know how to explain it.
It's in great condition, by the way.
Yes, it's beautiful. Shots rang out in Savannah's grandest mansion in the misty early mornings of May 2nd, 1981. Was it murder or self-defense? For nearly a decade, the shooting and its aftermath reverberated through the hauntingly beautiful city of moss-hung oaks and shaded squares. John Berendt's sharply observed, suspenseful and witty narrative reads like a thoroughly engrossing novel, and yet it is a work of nonfiction. So, yeah, spooky Savannah, Georgia, super haunted. We know that. And so this is going to be a really good read. I love morbid nonfiction. Next.
Well, the one that I have left, I got a lot of good ones, which I think we'll talk about in a different video. But I got Ban This Book, which is in middle grade, about banning books. This little girl, I believe she tries to check out her favorite book in the world from the mixed up files of Mrs. Basil E. Frankweiler, which I loved that book as a kid. That's when Miss Jones, the librarian, told her the bad news. Her favorite book was banned, all because a classmate's mom thought the book wasn't appropriate for kids to read. Amy Ann decides to fight back. Soon she and her friends find themselves on the front line of an unexpected battle over book banning, censorship, and who has the right to decide what they can read. So this book, which is Ban This Book,
it's cute,
by Alan Gratz, I found out recently was challenged in Florida. It's a book about a little girl who finds out that one of her favorite books is banned, and then because of one of her classmates' parents, this is true to life. This is what we're dealing with in Florida, and Florida's like, yeah, you can't talk about what we're doing here. Ban it. I don't like it. And it says on the back, Amy Ann's Banned Books Locker Library, and it has a list. Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret by Judy Blume. Scary Stories to Tell in Dark, Matilda, Harriet the Spy, Wait Till Helen Comes, It's Perfectly Normal, Mixed Up Files, Junie B. Jones, Captain Underpants, The Egypt Game, and the Goosebumps books by R.L. Stein.
No. You'll pry them from my cold, dead hands.
Mm-hmm.
Matilda?
Matilda.
For what?
It was because Matilda didn't listen to her parents.
Oh, shucks. Okay, that's all. But we made a couple more stops. We made several more stops after that.
Oh, did we ever? However, they were money free.
If you want to watch us go to all the little free libraries, see what we got, what we put, what we swapped out, and all of that stuff, that's going to be on Rachel's channel. So you can go hop on over there and watch that because it was a really good time. We had
really
fun.
It was a lot of fun. So yeah, that'll be over there.
Okay, I'm going to show you my books again, so if you want to screenshot, let me stack them up for you. Because I got a lot of them.
I'm taking a lot of books.
You gave me one of yours, so I got even more than I thought.
Yeah, sorry about that.
You are the worst. Oh, wait. Did I forget one?
Oh my god, you did, and it's the worst one. Oh, just wait.
This
wait.
is less for me and more for you. So I'm glad that you're still here. If you are still here, you should leave. What should you leave? I don't know. I hate this book. This was arguably, debatably, I don't remember, my first hate read that I ever did.
Leave the number 50 down below.
50 Shades of Grey, my own Sam's. I'm pregnant.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. Thank you. So I got this for y'all. This is for you. It's one of my first, oh God. I just remember hearing about it in the media and seeing it everywhere when people were just like losing their shit over it. And it's like, it's mommy porn. And as a mother, no, it's not. There's better things. Please. So I read the entire series back in 2012, I think is when it came out.
Great.
Thank y'all. I hated it then. I bet I hate it more now. I really do. So I will be...
has only matured.
Like a fine wine. Myself.
Mm-hmm.
We've only gotten better with age.
True.
So, review to come.
Are you going to tab it? Annotate it?
I might. If you're on my bindery, I have started doing giveaways. And one of the things I'm doing giveaways of is annotated books that I hate. So it's got I'm going to tab it. I'm going to write little stupid jokes in it. It's going to be a good time. So if you're wanting to poke on over there and see what that's about, maybe you'll win this beautiful, lovely, wonderful book. Great. All right. Here's all our books. Scoot it close.
Oh, right.
Let these fools see.
Here, fools.
Is this the thumbnail? Thank you so much for watching. Again, there's going to be another video, similar vibes and stuff about books in the little free libraries.
Yes.
Over on Rachel's channel, so go over there. And if you do go over there from over here, leave a flamingo in her comments so she knows where you came from.
Yay! Thanks so much for watching.
Love you. You don't have to say it back. I have something that you should read.
Okay.
Have you heard of this?
I'm gonna punch you in your fucking face.
Did y'all hear her threaten me?
So
See that? Oh my God. Why did you put my name up here?